Hey, this is Ben from FULLSYNC and Ninja Refinery, and today we're reviewing the excellent Edifier S350DB Speakers. When you take the S350DB out of the box, I think the first three words that come to mind are heavy, sturdy and beautiful. Mixing the dark brown wooden veneer with the smooth black front covers and the titanium dome tweeters on the front. You've got two bookshelf speakers. One is fitted with side controls for volume, treble and bass combined with a large subwoofer. It just oozed elegance, and where you think they may be overbearing at first, they actually blend in really well and they aren't as overpowering as you'd think. The speakers themselves are easy enough to set up, and there are a number of ways to connect your devices to them, showing that when the designs were being put together, Edifier was clearly thinking about the end user, suitable for every occasion. I'd say the only real negative was that there's a really small display on the right bookshelf speaker, and that indicates the method in which you connect into the audio, but because it's so small you don't really see anything if you take a couple of steps away. It's not terrible, but I assume they wanted to keep the aesthetic while adding that modern element, and it just didn't quite work. One cool feature is the cool looking circular remote that comes with the speakers. You can control the volume, change the source, obviously do your usual play, pause, skip tracks and everything from afar. It does lack bass and treble controls though, which is a little bit disappointing, and it'd be nice to have some sort of preset amplifier settings just to mix things up without having to go up to the speakers and manually adjust them. Whether you've got them set up in your conservatory, your living room, or you're using them for your main gaming setup, what you're getting here is quality 2.1 system for your home. That 8-inch subwoofer that comes as part of the set gives off a really satisfying low rumbling. It really helps set the atmosphere with a horror film, or it makes you feel like you're in a crowd when you're watching football. And when it comes to music, it just really adds that extra punch that you're looking for. To be honest with you, I'm surprised the neighbours didn't complain when I was trialling these out. I don't care what Megan Trainor says though, it's not all about the bass, because you can have as much bass as you like, but if the rest of the product falls flat, you're bound to be disappointed. Luckily, Edifier don't cheap out. With the titanium tweeters on each of the bookshelf speakers and the built-in amp, you get a great range with clear highs and those deep rumbling lows as already mentioned. It even made me enjoy certain adverts more because I became obsessed with how well the speakers produced a whoosh noise. There were a few times that I thought actually the amplifier wasn't really picking up the songs how I wanted to hear them, and without the presets, your standard rock or pop or dance or whatever, it didn't deliver songs how I was used to listening to them, and that was a touch disappointing. Not the end of the world because the quality was great, but it felt like there was room for more. Of course, you could always buy an external amp for these, but at the price point of about 250 quid, you'd expect maybe something a little bit extra. Fair play to Edifier, they have thought of pretty much every which way you want to connect your device and made it possible. Whether it's Bluetooth or RCA, optical, coax, auxiliary, it comes with all the cables as well, everything's just there in the box. One thing I did try as well was when you use the Bluetooth, if you're using Spotify or something like that, and you go to skip track using the remote, it just skips it through your phone. It's seemingly insignificant, but it's the kind of thing I've seen before that doesn't work and it can trip you up. No matter which way you've connected though, everything sounds pretty good. Yes, you can adjust the bass and treble and the volume on the side of the speakers, but straight out of the box, control maybe with an EQ on your phone, fantastic. Cards on the table, these aren't a cheap set of speakers, you're looking at about £250, but for the quality and the price you pay compared to other retailers and manufacturers, it's not actually a bad price. Because everything is in the box, you get the cables for the various ways you can connect, you get the Bluetooth, everything's just there and everything just works out of the box. It's not particularly hard to set up, so you pay for the convenience and you pay for that flexibility, so it is good value. At the end of the day, the S350DB are a pretty decent set of speakers, ideal for pretty much any home setup. They look great, they sound great, and you can mix them into watching your films, listening to music, playing a game. You can just engross yourself in a level of quality that you maybe wouldn't get at this sort of price point. Granted, we don't have the presets and the equalizer settings that maybe we would like, and the remote doesn't give us that bass and treble adjustment that would be really nice if you were sat on your sofa. It's not ideal to have to get up and go manually change it on a speaker, But bit of a first world problem. It's not the end of the world, and you're not paying thousands of pounds for these, so you know they're pretty decent, to be fair. A couple of tiny negatives aside, the S350 are an excellent product. There's no two ways about it. Unsurprising to me, the FULLSYNC score is 9 out of 10, which is just perfectly in standing with everything that Edifier seem to do. If you've not heard of their products, go check them out. For more news, reviews and opinion pieces in gaming and tech, check us out at fullsync.co.uk and at ninjarefinery.com.